Hello everyone, I'm Kamal Piankhi, one of the counselors here at Islands High School, and today I'm going to review for you the course scheduling process that you will be completing for the 2021-22 school year. Towards the end of February, you will be receiving in your parent newsletter a listing of the course schedules and classes that you can take for next year. It will be very important that you complete these and then submit them to the scheduling committee so we can get you in the best classes possible for next year. What I'm going to do with you is go over the document that you will be receiving in your parent newsletter. So let's pay very careful attention so we can make sure that we fill everything out correctly and you get the classes that hopefully you're wanting for next year. The first section will be basic information that you're going to complete. It will include your email address, your first and last name, and also the name of your parent or guardian and their phone number. It's very important that you complete that piece of information out correctly so that we can make sure that you get you in the proper classes. After you've completed section 1, we will next go to your core courses. You must select a total of 8 classes. Again, I repeat, you must select a total of 8 classes. With your core classes, you're only allowed to select one class per course. These courses will include English, mathematics, social studies, and science. Again, you will only be selecting one class per section. After section 2, your next section will be world languages. Next year, we will be offering Spanish and French. Once you have completed your core courses, you will next be completing your pathway courses. Our pathways will include your CTAE business pathway, so that will only be completed by students who are currently in the business CTAE pathway. The next section will be for the choice programs. These programs are only for students who are taking veterinary science and scientific research. If you are not taking in the veterinary science or scientific research program, you are not allowed to select these courses. Our next section will be the visual and performing arts pathways. These courses include visual art, band, theater, and chorus. So if you are in the fine arts pathway, this would be the section where you select your classes for next year. It's very important to remember that some of those classes are required for teacher recommendation. So make sure you pay very careful attention to the course selection and only select those courses which you may be eligible for. Our next section will be physical education. Physical education always tends to be one of our most popular sections. The key thing to remember when you're filling out your physical education form is that you may not repeat a class that you've already taken. So for example, the first course that you may be offered is team sports. If you've taken team sports this year or in a previous year, you will not be allowed to take team sports next year. However, if you've not taken recreational games, then you could take recreational games. So just make sure that you remember you are not allowed to repeat a course. The next section will be your academic electives. Some of your academic electives will be paired. That means that if you take one course, you must take a second course that is paired with it. For example, contemporary literature. If you select to take contemporary literature next year, you will take that for one semester, and then it will be paired with women's literature. You would take that the other semester. Another example would be anthropology. If you decide to take anthropology next year, you would take anthropology for one semester. Following the next semester, you would take ethnic studies. If your elective courses are not paired, That means you will be taking the course for the full school year. Our next section is for seniors only. This is for work-based learning and dual enrollment. With both of these courses, an application is required for acceptance into the program. Finally, once you've completed these sections, you have a section where you can ask any questions that you may have, and the scheduling team will get back with you as soon as possible. The key thing to remember, once again, when filling out these sections is to make sure that you read through each course requirement as carefully as possible to make sure that you are in fact eligible for the course. The other key thing you also want to remember is that you must take a total of 8 courses. Remember to be on the lookout for the document towards the very end of February. It will be in your parent newsletter. We're looking very forward to receiving these and making sure that you get in the classes that you want. We're going to come through as much as possible to make sure that that happens. You may not necessarily get what you want, but we're going to do our very best. We want you to have the absolute best possible school year next year. Thank you.